Now let's focus on the tricep. Now the tricep has just two connections, okay? Even though that has like three heads, but it's just two connections, okay, on the arm. So one tendon is coming from the upper arm, okay? The another tendon is coming from the side of the scapula, okay? So there's a little gap in here, and the other head is coming from the side of the scapula. Now, we have three heads, okay? I'll show you some photographs which will clear you out, okay? But inside of the arm, we have two heads, and the outside, we have like one head. That is the lateral head, okay? So we have the two heads kind of positioned here. Don't worry, it will make sense. Sorry, don't worry, it will make sense in a minute, okay? So just remember there's two heads. Remember the asymmetry of this, okay? So again, you see how I am putting this asymmetrical diagonal, okay, like this. And then we have this lateral head, which is a small head, okay? Oh yeah, that actually makes much more sense. So we have a big head, we have a medium or medial head, I should say, which is like medium in length or size, and then we have a small head, okay? So just remember the small head is situated on the outside of the arm, okay? On the outside, not the inside. So we have a small head, and then we have this amazing thing called tricep tendon, okay? I'll just make this and show it to you. Right, so it is like this, basically. I made the muscle like very big here. Just want to make it a little smaller. Yes, there we go. That's good. All right, so here you can see like three heads. So what are those three heads? So this is the big head, okay? Yeah, that's the biggest head of the whole like muscle, right? You see how big that is? Well, this will be the second head. I know it looks very small, right? And this one actually looks bigger, but that's the medial head. I would shorten this up a little bit. Yeah, so that's the medial head. This is the medial. This is the large head or the big head, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the lateral head or the small head. Okay, small or lateral. Sorry for the handwriting, but you have to deal with it. So this one is a small head. Now, why it is called a small head? Because see, it ends up right here, and just a little stripe of it kind of like follows a tricep tendon, okay? Like all the way to the elbow. And this, yes, this attaches to your elbow, right? Basically, this is how this actually works. So big head right here. We have a medial head right here. We have the small head on the outside of the body. Okay. Tricep tendon, talking about tricep tendon, we have, let's say you can draw a house, which is again, you'll find that in my notes. So it's like a pointed, pointed ceiling house, okay, like this. Long though, okay, make it longer. And then you want to shift it towards the outside. You just want to like skew it, okay? So what I'm doing, I'm literally just gonna take this and gonna paste it, and I'm gonna transform it and skew it, right? Like this. Towards where? Towards the outside. Okay, so remember it is skewed outside. So you see already we started with a symmetrical design, but now we are ending up doing an asymmetrical diagonal to it. Okay. So there we go. We have the asymmetry in there. One more thing you want to do here is you want to slice it off a little bit. So I'm taking the same design over here. Let's say I'll keep, oh, it's not on a separate layer. So I'll keep this one. Wait a second. I'll keep this one here. This one is right there. And I'm taking the same design. Here, I'm taking the same design over here. And then I'm just going to slice it off. So remember, this is the outside. This is the inside, okay? So this is where this small head would attach, right? All the way there. And then here you want to slice it off like this, okay? So this is where the big head would attach to, and this is where the medial head would attach to, okay? So I just kind of like slice it off a little bit more, okay? From here to here. So it gives me like a better point, okay, to attach it. You don't want to keep this symmetrical as well, okay? You see like it is falling on a line. We are breaking that line, okay? So bringing that asymmetry out, which is like this, okay? So just a quick recap, just start with a pointed out house shape. Okay, I know you guys will be having confusion with this one, but yeah, if you follow it step by step, you will be able to draw it. Okay. And then the next thing you do is like slant it, right? Skew it towards where? Towards the outside of the body. And then see, like right now, this is having this asymmetry, so we don't want to break that. So I'm taking the same design over here, and I'm slicing it off like this. So there we go. There we have the tricep tendon. Okay. And then yeah, just like here, that's because that's the outside of the body. This is where the small head would attach to, the lateral head would attach to. This is a bigger one. See, that's a bigger angle. This is where the big head would attach to. And then here on the remaining section, that would be the medium head where it attaches to. Okay. And there we go. There's a tricep muscle. All right. So I have a few views, which we can draw here, which will explain it to you better. So let's do a little tracing over top of this just to understand, yeah, how the tricep actually works, right? Yeah, so we have the humerus as well right there, right? We have the straight bone, right? And here's we got our elbow. Okay, you can see that groove right there. That's the elbow. Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah, so you see that groove right there. Okay, that's where the elbow lies. And then obviously here we have the scapula, right? You can see like the scapula muscles right there. Like look at all these muscles. These are like the scapula muscles. So there we go. We have the scapula right there. Just kind of like reverse like all the things that we talked about. Okay, so another one is coming from the one is coming from the humerus, another one is coming from the scapula, right? So that's the connection. You see, like that's a small head. If I remove all of this, you see that's a small head right there. Okay? One thing you can also do, by the way, is you can draw the tricep tendon first so that you can attach the muscles later, right? And again, tricep tendon is like a step by step. We can do that. So yeah, we can like go for it. So let's take a blue color. And again, just like I said, you want to start with the house. Now here I am showing you step by step. Okay. So you take a house, you you skew it. Okay. Towards where? Towards outside. This is the outside of the body. Okay. This would be the inside again. So I'm just taking that house, and I'm slicing it off like this. Not slicing, skewing it off, which is like that. Now time to slice it off. Okay, so I'm slicing it off like that just to provide an asymmetry. And there we go. We have the tricep tendon right here. See, it just literally follows that rhythm. Okay, that dynamic shape to it. Okay, so you really want to follow this step by step. House, skew, slice. Okay, house, skew, slice. House, skew, slice. Okay, I just remember it like this. And then obviously this would be the connection of the small head or the lateral head, okay, the outside of the body. And then you got, like you got this big head right here, okay? That's a very big head, which attaches there. And that's the medial head, right? Right there. Now, just to let you know, the medial head doesn't look as medial size, just because it's turning away from us, okay? So again, remember, it's not a 2D shape, it's a 3D muscle, okay? So there we go. That's a tricep. And talking about connections, there's one connection. The another connection comes from the scapula. Okay, right there. Okay. So there we go. That's the tricep. You want to learn like these muscles and such. Again, I would just suggest learn these like just like we are learning, and then do an anatomy tracing. This is what I would call an anatomy tracing. Okay, so you take the photograph, you just draw the bones, and you draw the muscles on top of it. Okay. It's a good way to like identify your knowledge.